Hey guys, it's Nomi. Welcome to my June bullet journal spread. I can't believe we're halfway through the year already. For this month's theme, I decided to go with SK8 The Infinity. Let's get started. I start off the first week with my Pigma Micron 03 pen, using the fine tip to outline the sakura petals and flowers. Then I use a ruler and my Tombow N75 to create headers. I pen in the days of the week and outline in cherry with my Sharpie fine point pen and shade in his mask using the Tombow N55. I go back in with my Tombow 761 for his hair and my Tombow 623 for his sleeves. I color in the rest of him and the sakura flowers with a range of color pencils. Kaoru quickly rose in the ranks to become my favorite character in the show. I love his skating outfit. The rival banter he has with Joe is adorable and it made me smile throughout the show. For the second week, I decided to focus on what's probably my favorite episode of the show, the beach episode. I start off with my Tombow N25 to draw in boxes and wrote in the dates with my Sharpie pen. I also outlined in Reki and Manga and shaded them in with my Tombow pens. There's always a typical beach bottle episode, but it made me laugh so much. It's such a nice break from the pressure of the S races and character conflicts and just watch them interact and enjoying themselves. I lost it at Langa's dilemma faced with Western versus Asian squat toilets. It reminded me of my childhood when I went through the same thing while visiting China. It was just so nice to see everyone bond and enjoy the group dynamics. 12 episodes is such a short runtime, and the pacing definitely felt rushed during times, so I appreciated the small moment where things just slow down. Alright, moving on to week 3. I wanted to do a full page spread and outline in Reki, Mia, and Langa with my Sharpie pens. Then I went back and colored them in with my Tombow and Milk Liner highlighters. SK8 is such a beautifully animated show, and I loved how they made it feel urban style. I'm definitely not a skateboarder, my balance is awful, but it was so enjoyable watching these characters grow and learn as they all love skating. It was just so cool to see different forms of skateboarding, and while the whole S races were a little over the top, it is an anime. Okay, enough rambling. Back to what I was doing. I go back with my Tombow N25 and a ruler, filling in the boxes with my Le Pen 4100 and writing in the dates with my white jelly pen. However, after I finished coloring everything in, I realized I wanted even more color. so I pulled out a few bottles of acrylic paint I have. I cover the characters with printer paper and tape it down before I flick my paintbrush on the page, Jackson Pollock style. The paint is diluted with a little bit of water so it's easier to flick, and I blow dry it so it doesn't seep through the pages, and I love the end result. Continuing the trend of a full page spread, I start the next week by outlining Reki and Langa with my Sharpie pen again. Then I go in with my Tombow N60 and ruler to draw in the buildings and railing. I shade parts in with my Tombow N89 and write in the dates with the N25. I'm definitely not the best at perspective, so excuse all the wrong lines, just pretend the railings are even. Finally, I went and colored Reki and Langa in with color pencil. I basically wanted to capture the feeling I felt when listening to the OST Seize the Moment. I can't find the full soundtrack anywhere on YouTube, but oh my gosh, the soundtrack was just amazing for the show. There are multiple times where I stopped the episode trying to find the track. It really added to the feel of the show. It has such an early 2000 pop punk feel, which I loved. For the last week, I decided to focus on Adam. After all, most of the conflicts of the show come from him. I started off with my Sharpie pen to outline him and his skateboard, which has such a cool design. Then I went in with my color pencils to color everything in fully. I'll be honest, I couldn't really empathize with Adam that much, and the series wrapped up so quickly. I felt like there wasn't much time to bond with him afterwards, and the whole side plot with the police was also really quickly tied up. Regardless, Adam is such a flamboyant character, he's unforgettable. He's also the reason why I decided to give the show a try. For my expenses page, I kept it super simple. I outlined Langa's Snow Yeti character on his skateboard with my Tombow N25 and outlined the border with my Tombow 553. I loved all of the skateboard designs, but Langa is just so cute and adorable. I read somewhere that the skateboards were all designed so they could work if built in real life, which I think is super cool. Then I just colored the Yeti in with my color pencils and shaded in parts with my Tombow N89. Lastly, for the cover page, I really wanted to convey the feeling I first got when I saw Skate, which was the beautiful color and its gorgeous animation. I outlined Reki and Langa with my Sharpie pen and drew in giant infinity symbol behind them with my Tombow N25. Then I colored them in with my Tombow pens before taping the areas I want to avoid in paper again. And then I just went paint happy. Again, I diluted the paint with a little bit of water so it's easier to flick. Just make sure there's nothing important on the table since flicking the paint really gets it everywhere. It's easy to wipe the table up with a wet paper towel. I blow dry the page and finish off by writing the month and dates in with my Tombow N25 with a graffiti style of font. And we're done with June. Thank you everyone who's made it to the end. I can't believe this marks the halfway point already. I've done bullet journals in the past, but I've never really opened up and recorded the process. It's really just me experimenting with mediums and techniques, and I can only hope it doesn't end up in disaster. Anyways, check out Skate if you haven't seen it yet. And as always, feel free to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content. Thanks for watching.